What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you hadn't done it already, please subscribe. And if you subscribed already, thank you. I appreciate it. What episode are we? Episode 5, right? We're talking about The Chi, episode 5, season 3, episode 5. This episode was real intense. Honestly, I said last week that 4 was my favorite episode, so now 5 is, so it's kind of trumped last week's episode. It had a lot of different storylines, a lot of good stuff going on, and we finally got to see Keisha. Now we know she's alive, so. But I guess what I start off with is with the kids, Kevin and Jake and Papa. This little dynamic now that Jake, not Jake, but now that Kevin and Papa, got a little boo things, and they booed up. Jake gonna have to, I don't know, the little dynamic, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I know some people think, I heard one thought that they think Jake is gonna end up liking Kevin's little girlfriend, was named Gemma. I don't really see that coming. I keep an eye on it. I could be wrong, but I don't really see that happening. And especially now that Papa is booed up with Maisha, what I think is gonna happen is I think that Kevin is gonna end up feeling like alienated or iced out by the other two and whatever. And so I think he's gonna end up doing something stupid or not hanging around him as much or whatever. I hope not, but that I wouldn't be surprised if he did. And I saw how he left them at the little haunted house, if you want to call it that, and ended up going to hang out with Douda. And so that was interesting. Because honestly, I've seen Douda, act up, but the way he snapped on old buddy, and stomped him out in the street, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that because he went from 0 to 100. Like he was sitting there, him and Jake having a good time. Buddy tell him it's a dude outside spray painting some stuff. And he go out there and just snap. And, Jake saw the whole thing. And so one good thing that came out of it, I thought, was that when Jake saw him do that, was that he went off and went back to his brother, was named Treg. I thought that was cool to see them kind of have an embrace and stuff like that. So hopefully that's the start of their, little relationship or, him finally moving in with his brother and stuff like that. I thought it was crazy how he was acting when the social services lady came over there, and she was expecting the house and all of that stuff, and so and he was like, I don't know why we got to do this anyway. Just with an attitude and all that stuff. But you've been away for a long time, and you just pop up talking about I don't know if you're talking about adopting or just having a minor come live with you. That's part of the process, but hopefully all that goes through. And, him and his brother can kind of build some kind of relationship, because to me, it's still kind of interesting how his brother just popped up out of nowhere. Now, I heard one thought, one thing, I don't know how true it is, I'll have to read up on it, but that the other guy, that Reg, that was on the show, his other brother, I think, and what I heard was that the reason Reg got killed off the show, because they wanted to take his character on, but the reason Reg got killed off the show was because the guy that was playing Reg didn't want to be involved with the female that the new guy with Treg is involved with because she's a transgender. So that's what I heard. I don't know how true it is or not. Now, again, don't quote me. And so I guess they still wanted Jake to have a brother, but if Reg wasn't willing to go forward with the role of being in a relationship with the transgender female on there, I guess they killed him off and then brought the other brother on. Now that would make sense because basically they just replaced Reg without replacing Reg. They gave, Jake a big brother that's a different person who do the same thing. He gang bang and all of that, just in a different, just in a different way. He's not at the house with a gang full of people, partying all the time and stuff like that. So we'll see how that that situation plays out. I hope it turns out well, to be honest. And as far one other thing with Douda, like I said, I didn't see him doing all of that. I didn't see him just snapping like that. But the scene with him and his wife on the show, Kandi Burruss, the sex scene, yeah, I had heard that her husband Todd had a problem with her acting or being in the show, but I didn't know why. I didn't know particularly why he would be upset, her acting or whatever. But I see it now. Now that happened, yeah, I would have a problem with that if I was a husband, or and I saw my wife on TV doing like that. It was I don't know. I mean, now granted, there's been worse scenes that happen on the show, definitely. But if I was Todd, I do see why Todd had a problem. So that's understandable. Well, moving on. So what else happened? So with now the situation that happened with Emmett, Emmett, Sonny finally caught on to what he was doing with the little restaurant or the business he was running at night there or whatever. And I didn't like to see them fall out like that because I know Sonny is like I know Sonny said that Emmett was like a son to him, but I do know that on the flip side, Sonny was probably like a father figure to Emmett because don't get me started with his daddy. His daddy wasn't around, and so that's what happens to a lot of guys. That your father's not around, and even if your father is around, you're a young guy. You run into guys who are influential in your life. They're kind of like father figures or uncles, like mentors and stuff like that, who kind of take you under their wing and stuff. So, and I think Sonny was like that for Emmett. Because if you look at the way Emmett reacted, Emmett looked real hurt that he had, the way Sonny talked to him, told him he was a waste of time and all that stuff or whatever. So, they probably will repair that relationship. They're kind of, probably mend that up, I'm pretty sure. But as far as the business goes, I know Sonny told him to shut it down and get all these people out the establishment and stuff like that. But I think the fact that he had given the food to the lady that comes around and samples and then blogs about, restaurants and how good or bad the food is, I think with her doing that, I think that when they shut it down, I think that that's going to provide another opportunity for them because she seemed to like the food. And so she's probably going to, put them on some kind of way, him and Lala. And then plus, Emmett and Lala keep flirting and stuff like that. Lala better watch it because she gonna end up pregnant. Emmett don't take Emmett long now. Boom, bing, bam, boom. This thing, 9 months later, you're pregnant. That's a fertile young man now. It's a fertile young man. Yeah, he need to go get that looked at. But anyway, yeah. So we'll see what happens, with the restaurant with them. And like I said earlier, we finally saw Keisha. And I don't know if I was right or not. I said that she was with the guy that she was dating earlier, like the soccer coach. Oh, no, track coach. Excuse me, not soccer, but the track coach. And so I can't tell. Like it was so dark when he came outside to scoop her up. I couldn't tell whether it was him or not. To be honest, I don't. So I guess maybe next episode it'll probably be revealed who it is. You'll probably see more about him. Because when he came outside of school, it was just so dark. I couldn't tell whether it looked like him to me, but I'm not sure. But at least we know that she didn't run, like she ain't just ran off and, just be out there, just got everybody up in arms and she out there just running around doing whatever. So at least we do know she was kidnapped. But like I said, I do think that was the track coach. But I didn't get a good look at him because it was so dark when he came outside. But yeah, we'll probably find out more about that next episode. And so I do like the fact that it ended with her screaming and, and then Ronnie hearing it in the street. And so, and y'all know I can't stand Ronnie, right? Y'all know. But I guess I got to give him a little bit more leeway too, because he done gave his life to the Lord and everything. He done got saved trying to redo himself, I guess. So, I've been wanting to kill him off the show for the longest now. But now that he's trying to do something honorable, I guess I got to leave him alone, at least for a little while. At least to after the next episode when he, hopefully he'll be the one to find Keisha or to rescue Keisha. And, because he's looking for some kind of redemption or something like that. Because, since he shot Coogie, everybody, he not pretty much tolerated anyway, except out there with the homeless people and with those handful of dudes that he normally hang with. So this could be some kind of redemption story for him or whatever. I hope so. Maybe I like him after that. Maybe after he do that. But he's just been so pitiful. I just can't stand to see him on the episodes and nothing like that. So, and another thing, I'm mad with Keisha too. Keisha, you do all this fighting, in the house when the lights go out. You know, she was when the lights went out, the cameras went out and stuff like that. So she bamming on stuff, flipping stuff over, throwing this big tantrum and stuff like that. Finally break through the door, bust through the door, whatever. Go out the other door, get outside, and just lay on the grass. Get outside, and here's the thing, you run track, so I know you're fast. She get outside and just jump on the ground and start just screaming for no reason. Just and then next thing you know, he scoop her up and take her back inside. Now I understand it probably has the ass for the. I understand why she did it because it's in the script. It's in the script for her to do that. Okay, I guess she had to do that. But just watching it, that didn't make sense to me. I mean, we don't just run out, no. You know, we don't just run outside, you know, bust through no door, run outside and then just lay on the ground and get caught by the bad people or whatever. So, I don't know. That part kind of pissed me off with her or whatever. So, but I think she'll be rescued, you know, next week. So, I guess we have to wait till next Sunday to see. But, you know, hopefully Ron is the one that rescues her so he can, you know, fulfill his calling or his life's mission or whatever, his good work he wanted to do for his grandmama before she, you know, passed or before he passed or whatever. So I don't know. But yeah, she pissed me off with that. How you gonna get outside then just jump on the ground or whatever? We don't do that. What's wrong with you? What? No, absolutely not. But anyway, those are all my thoughts about, I guess, what happened on this past episode. And like I said, next week I think they're gonna finally rescue Keisha, and you know, we'll see how that goes. I'm glad they didn't stretch this out all season, where she's gonna be missing the whole season, and then on the finale, you know, we found her. I'm glad we didn't do that, you know. So hopefully we can resolve this next week and then move on to something that build off of it, I guess. So, well, those are my thoughts. You know, you can tell me what you think. If you think I'm wrong, think I'm right, you know, or, you know, you got your own thoughts, let me know how you feel or whatever, what you think is going to happen or what you thought of last week's show. Well, excuse me, it's day Monday, so yesterday's show. So, yeah, but before you do, make sure you hit like, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see y'all next time, okay? Thank you.